Welcome back, Focus Learners. Okay, today's explainer is a fun one. We're unpacking a really fascinating new product that's been making some serious waves in the digital publishing space lately. It's called the Kiddie Comic GPT Builder. It's an AI tool with an incredibly low entry price of just $8.97. And get this, it boldly claims it can help absolutely anyone build best-selling kids comics in literally minutes. So, we're going to look at the marketing, the actual product itself, the included business rights, and some critical independent review data to figure out what's really going on here. So I guess that brings us to the $1 million, or actually the $8.97 question. Can a tool this inexpensive actually hold the key to creating a best-selling children's comic? Well, to answer that, we really need to strip away all the marketing hype and do a thorough unboxing of the facts. We're going to contrast those shiny sales promises directly against the objective reality of what you actually get. Okay, let's dive right into this. Just look at the highly produced, vibrant 3D animated aesthetic of Tiny Try, Big Appetite. It's undeniably eye-catching, right? And honestly, this is exactly the kind of output the creators are promising you can generate. The massive claim here is that you absolutely do not need any illustration or writing experience to get something exactly like this, something tailored perfectly for today's super competitive children's market. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll look at the AI comic boom. Then we'll go inside the GPT builder itself. After that, we'll break down the PLR resale opportunity, followed by some funnel warnings and red flags. And finally, we'll wrap up with the pros, cons, and a final verdict. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the AI comic boom and its market context. You know, the digital ecosystem for children's content is just absolutely massive right now. Self-published authors and digital creators are constantly feeding platforms like Amazon KDP with physical books, and Etsy is just booming with digital downloads. Teachers are always on the hunt for fresh classroom resources, and parents, well, they're constantly looking for printable activities to keep kids busy. Because this demand is basically endless, creators are pretty desperate for tools that speed up their workflow without sacrificing quality. And honestly, that's exactly the hungry market this GPT builder is targeting. Moving right along to Section 2, let's take a look inside the GPT builder and its core features. So the core product here is essentially a highly structured AI prompt library. You're getting 337 premium master prompts that span across 8 evergreen kids niches. Think dinosaurs, superheroes, robots, family adventures, that sort of thing. And the workflow they've laid out is incredibly straightforward. Step 1, you just choose your niche and select a prompt. Step 2, you paste that prompt directly into your preferred AI, like ChatGPT. And Step 3, you customize the generated story, characters, and image prompts. The creator claims this specific framework takes you from a completely blank screen to a fully formed comic concept in just a matter of minutes. Talk about bypassing writer's block, right? And this brilliantly illustrates the real versatility of those prompts. Take Zippy the Squirrel, representing the funny animals niche, and compare that to Captain Squawk for pirate adventures. What's really compelling here is that these prompts aren't just spitting out generic blocks of text. They're actually engineered to generate specific panel-by-panel layouts, snappy dialogue, and highly targeted AI image descriptions. So you're getting cohesive, themed results whether you're going for a cozy farm story or a high-seas treasure hunt. Now for Section 3. The PLR resale opportunity and business rights. Now, this is where the product totally pivots from just being a creative tool into a full-blown business asset. It's sold with full private label rights, commonly known as PLR. If you're not familiar, this license essentially allows you to legally rebrand, modify, and resell the digital product as your very own, meaning you keep 100% of the profits. So it's clear Fire Launchers, the vendor behind this, is targeting digital resellers just as heavily as they're targeting actual comic creators. But hey, PLR isn't exactly the Wild West. There are some very specific rules attached to this particular license. You can sell the product, but you absolutely must charge a minimum of $7 for it. You can bundle it with other products, and you can legally claim full authorship. But what you absolutely cannot do is give the product away for free, and you cannot pass along those private label rights to your customers for free either. These rules are put in place to protect the perceived value of the product across the entire market, which makes perfect sense. To really sweeten this resale deal, that tiny $8.97 base price doesn't just include the prompts. It actually includes a full 6-module done-for-you sales kit. This means buyers are getting a pre-designed mini site, professionally written sales copy, promotional graphics, email swipes, and even the legal pages. The whole shebang is engineered so a buyer can just download the asset and start selling it as their own product almost immediately. All right, Section 4. Let's talk about some funnel warnings and red flags, diving into that critical review data. Now, what's really interesting here is when we shift our focus from that shiny sales page over to the objective data. Independent reviewers have flagged a pretty clear discrepancy. See, the vendor's affiliate page boldly claims you can make up to $537 per sale. However, live Warrior Plus dashboard data shows that the maximum combined commission available across all visible products in the funnel at a 50% rate was actually only $35.93. Now, we aren't taking sides here, but mathematically speaking, there is a vast difference between the marketing claims and the actual reality. Looking a bit closer at that dashboard data reveals even more about how this sales funnel is structured. The front-end product is indeed $897 for those 337 prompts, and there's a totally logical pro upgrade for $2497 that offers 663 additional prompts. But the dashboard also shows two completely unrelated products secretly stuffed into this funnel, the Ultimate Life Transformation ebook bundle. Like, these are personal development products that have absolutely nothing to do with kids' comics. Independent reviewers definitely flag this as a critical warning for affiliates and buyers who, generally prefer a bit more transparency in their purchase flow. Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, Pros, Cons, and our final verdict. Let's bring it all together and see how this builds out when we objectively balance the evidence. Listen, there is undeniable utility here. The pros are genuinely strong. You're getting a highly structured vault of 337 specific prompts organized into 8 proven niches, plus that complete done-for-you sales kit, all for less than $10. That's a massive time saver, for sure. However, the cons are equally glaring. The funnel discrepancies, those hidden unrelated products, and the vastly inflated earning claims on the affiliate side definitely point to some deceptive marketing tactics that buyers need to navigate super carefully. So, based on this comprehensive breakdown, independent review sources have assigned the Kiddie Comic GPT Builder a final score of 3.8 out of 5. It's a really solid, respectable score, and honestly, it's heavily anchored by that crazy low $897 entry price. The logic here is pretty simple. The core product actually works. It provides real, tangible value for creators. But all that surrounding marketing noise and the bait-and-switch funnel tactics are what prevent it from achieving a perfect score. So what does this all mean? Does an $897 tool really hold the key to a publishing empire, or is it just a really good starting point? Look, the AI can undoubtedly give you the characters, the layouts, and the scripts. It's a fantastic shortcut. But the actual hustle of putting the book together, building a loyal audience, and marketing it out there on Amazon or Etsy, well, that still relies entirely on you. The tool is a spark, but you still have to build the fire. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, Focused Learners. Keep exploring, keep creating, and